So this principle has been employed here by Madhavananda. He's a Brahmin, and he has offered 75 prayers to Lord Nityananda because he, in fact, is the transgressor. He is the aparadhi. He's the one, Madai, not Jagai, but Madai threw the pot at Nityananda. And he was going to throw again another pot after cutting his head once with the first broken pot. But then Jagai, his brother, younger brother I suppose, reached up and grabbed his arm and said, "No, stop, he's avatut, he's bleeding, stop." And because Jagai did that and protected Nityananda later, when Lord Chaitanya came there to kill them with a chakra, then that was told to him. Then, so he was very merciful to Jagai right away because he protected his devotees. So Lord Chaitanya forgave Jagai right away and accepted both of them. But still, although Lord Chaitanya took away the sins of both of them and accepted them, he didn't directly, personally relieve Madai from his aparad. So Madai had to clear his account. Madai had to control, clear his account with Nityananda. So he's taken this opportunity to do that. So he's offered 75 prayers, and the first 70 prayers were all about glorifying the unique position and spiritual identity, the ontological position of Lord Nityananda. Oh, I know you are not simply Nityananda, you are Ananta Shesh, and you do all these different things, and you are Lakshman, and you have all these pastimes, and you are Balaram, and you have all these pastimes. So he said all these things, which were all, of course, tattva and siddhanta and true, the Nityananda Charita throughout the different ages, and Nityananda Charita in the spiritual world and also in the material world, and all the different planes of existence where he's rendering service to the Lord and enjoying his personal lilas were depicted in various shlokas in the prayers of Madhavananda. But then finally he got to the point, and 70 prayers were offered in a standing position. He was standing, and the last 4 prayers he fell on the ground at the feet of Nityananda and took the feet of Nityananda, held him to his chest, and he started getting right to the point. I've offended you, I've cut your body, and I'm such a sinful person, there's no one more sinful than me. I should be condemned forever, but please, your nature is to forgive people and be compassionate, so please forgive me, I beg you. So this is the atonement procedure that was dealt or given out by Nityananda. It's interesting. He didn't say anything. He said, "I forgive you. Who have you offended?" Then he said, "Listen." So Lord Nityananda just accepted him right away, but then he made a second appeal. What about all the other people I offended? How will they forgive me? How will I clear my account with them? Many of these Navadvipasis, I drove them out of their house, and I robbed their house, and I burned their house down. I used to like to see burning houses. It gave me a lot of happiness. I like fires. Some people are firebugs. Little kids, they like to set fires. They like to see flames and fires because people like that. Some people like a water element. Some people like earth element. Some people like fire element. That's the nature, Prakruti. So he would do that. So he certainly hurt so many people, and how will he get forgiven? Because Madai was saying, I don't know how many people. I can't make a list. Well, I've offended Krishna Das and Chaitanya Das and Radhika Dasi, and he can't make the list because there's so many. There's untold number of people. I've been here engaging in dacoitry and robbing and arson and all kinds of crimes and sins. I don't know because when I go to rob people, I don't know who they are. It's dark. There's no lights, and I have my face covered and just my eyes are so I don't know who I robbed. I don't have the names of the people. You meet somebody on the street and you rob them. You don't know their names. And excuse me, can I have your ID for? Okay, no, give me all your money. He didn't take a photo ID of everyone he robbed. So how will I get forgiven? So then Nityananda said, you have to do seva like this. You serve the Ganga. You serve the Vaishnavas by engaging this. There's 2 things. On one level, it's sukriti, follow and mukhi sukriti. It gives fall in the material world. And it's also Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti, because it's not just a bathing ghat on any river for anybody. Because you take any river, it's not a sacred river, but any river or any lake or pukur, and you provide nice steps and stone steps for people to comfortably and safely enter and exit from that bathing water. And then that's sukriti, and you'll get reward from that next life. Generally you become very clean next life. You have a very clean mind, a very clean situation, maybe born as a Brahmin. Many different falls are there. You do this activity, you get this result. Punya karma, punya phal. Good deeds, good result. Good actions, good reactions. So, but in this case, not only was it a bathing ghat, but it was not a regular river, it was the Ganga. And it's not regular people, it's Vaishnavas. Not only Vaishnavas, but Gauranga Bhaktas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The very Vaishnava devotees of Nityananda and devotees of Chaitanya. So he was getting a lot of mercy for his money, so to speak. His investment of making the bathing ghat, he's getting Phalanmukhi Sukriti and Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti. Because he's providing facility, not only steps, but also platforms at the bank. On the bank he would provide some platforms next to the steps. So when people come, they bathe in the Ganga, and after they bathe, then they do Ganga Puja. They offer artik to Ganga with flowers and agarbati and deepam. And then, because he's provided facility for that puja, then he gets some result of that puja for everyone that's doing Ganga Puja. Because he's made facility for them to come bathe in the Ganga and also come worship the Ganga. And the Ganga is a parishad of the Lord. So then he's getting some result of their puja. So that's bhakti. That gives some bhakti, sukriti. So this is a very clever and very unique remedial measure that Lord Nityananda has given to Madhavananda Madhai. When people happily take bath in the Ganga, they will all bless you. For example, if you go somewhere, for example, Surabhikund. We've been going to Surabhikund since 31 years with some Baniya from Mathura a few years ago. It made all new steps and chattas or whatever, chatris, these little dome things in the corner. And it's at Surabhikund is at Govardhan. At least the one I'm speaking of. And it's very easy to bathe and very comfortable, and you can sit there under those dome things and chant away from the sun. So I remember going there with we took a large yatra there. We usually stop there when we do Govardhan Parikramā, and we have Harikatha there and some bathing and the march every year. And actually the devotees eat over there also, because he made so many platforms and steps all around so everyone takes their breakfast there, prasadam. So everyone's very happy. It's very comfortable, easy to bathe. Everyone's laughing and splashing, and so all the Vaishnavas are very happy. So it says people that happily take bath in Ganga, they will all bless you. So when we were bathing, we were thinking, oh, who has made such a nice arrangement for us to bathe and take our prasad here? It's a very lucky person. If you look around, you'll find some plaque somewhere that says so-and-so Agarwal from Mathura or something. So in this way, people remember his name. Pious religious people remember his name happily in a holy place, and by that remembrance, then he improves in his own sukriti, in his own devotional piety. So this is a very nice thing. It's called Dham Seva, very powerful. But in this Dham Seva, he's also doing Vaishnav Seva and lots of sukriti. So these are the replies that Naparada Bhanjani said, serving the Ganga will counteract your offenses. What could be more fortunate for you than this?